All right, so you've got an amazing idea for an app, but maybe you're not a coder. You've heard about these no-code app builders, and they sound incredible, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on them and talk about one crucial thing you absolutely have to understand before you dive in. You've seen this everywhere, I'm sure. Build your app, own your future. It's such a powerful promise. The idea that you can just drag and drop your way to a real working app, it's the dream that's launched thousands of businesses. It feels like total freedom. But, and this is the big question, what do you actually own at the end of the day? Because buried in that exciting promise is a detail that can make or break your entire project down the line. Let's get into it.
First up, let's be fair and talk about why these platforms are so popular. The no-code dream is powerful for a reason. They really do offer this incredible, almost magical shortcut from idea to reality.
I mean, the sales pitch is just fantastic. No coding required, you can launch in a weekend, anyone can do it, it'll scale right along with you, and best of all, you own it. It sounds like the perfect package, especially if you're a founder just starting out.
Here's the best way to think about it. Using an app builder is kind of like renting a really nice house. You can move in your furniture, you can paint the walls, you can make it look and feel like yours. That's your UI, your content. But you can't start knocking down walls or messing with the electrical wiring. The foundation, that's not yours to change.
And that right there brings us to the main event, what I'm calling the illusion of ownership. This is where we need to look past the shiny marketing and understand how these things actually work under the hood.
The secret sauce behind all no-code tools is a concept called platform abstraction. It's actually a brilliant idea. The platform takes care of all the messy, complicated stuff, servers, databases, all that techie backend stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. But here's the catch. By hiding all that complexity, it also puts it completely out of your control.
So this is a really critical distinction to make. You have to know the difference between the tool and the asset. The app builder is the tool. It's the hammer and saw. The asset is the actual thing you've built, the house. With most no-code platforms, you're just getting really good at using their specific tool. But the only asset you truly own is your data, not the whole functioning app.
So who's really calling the shots? Well, the platform is. They control the hosting, the fundamental back-end logic that makes your app work, the way your data is structured, even how you deploy updates. These are not small things. This is the entire engine of your application. Now look, this doesn't mean these app builders are bad. Not at all. In fact, they can be amazing. It's all about knowing what you're trading for what you're getting. So let's weigh those trade-offs honestly. There are definitely times when app builders are the absolute best choice. If you're building a quick prototype to show investors, or validating an MVP, a minimum viable product, to see if people even want your thing, they're perfect. Same goes for simple internal tools. They let you move at lightning speed and learn without betting the farm.
But here's the other side of that coin. The speed comes with some serious hidden risks. Technically, you're locked into their system. From a business perspective, you're at the mercy of their pricing. And strategically, your future is tied to their roadmap. If you need a feature they don't plan to build, well, you're kind of stuck.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? So many people go in with this high expectation that they're building the final long-term version of their product. But the far more common outcome, especially for successful apps, is hitting a wall and realizing a complete rebuild from scratch is the only path forward to really scale up. Okay, so how do you avoid that painful realization? You do a little reality check before you even start building. Let's call it an ownership reality check.
You have to ask the really hard questions right from the beginning. What's your escape plan? Seriously, what happens if the platform suddenly doubles its price or goes out of business? What happens to your business then?
So here's a quick 4-question audit you should run on any platform you're considering. Number 1, can you export your data? That's usually a yes. But number 2, can you export your business logic, all the workflows that make your app work? Number 3, can you take the whole thing and host it yourself? If the answer to those is no, then you don't really own the app. You're renting it. Okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's boil it all down into a super simple framework you can use to make the right call for your project. When you get right down to it, it's about one core decision. You have to ask yourself, what matters more to me right now? If speed is more important than long-term ownership, then yeah, an app builder is a fantastic fit. But if true ownership and flexibility are more important than speed, you probably need to look at a more custom approach.
So let's just reframe this whole thing. This was never really about code versus no code. That's not the right way to look at it. The real choice has always been about speed versus ownership. They are both totally valid strategies, but they lead you down two very different paths. And I think this quote just sums it up perfectly. App builders are not bad tools at all. The problem is they're often sold as the solution for the wrong problem. They're a world-class solution for speed and validation, not necessarily for building a forever business from the ground up. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Before you start building, don't just ask what you want to create today. Ask yourself, what part of this business do I want to truly fundamentally own a year or two from now? Your answer to that question will tell you exactly which way to go. Thanks for tuning in.